You used to be president of UPC.
I am.
Are you still one?
I am the president of the Uganda People's Congress. So there's no doubt about that.
How are you are you being effective as a president? Now your party has failed to participate in elections. Would you take a responsibility for that?
The party is participating in parliamentary elections.
Yes.
Is participating in local government elections. We do not think that we should, in the circumstances of Uganda today, squander resources to participate in presidential elections, because the fate of those elections is already sealed. Remember, what we are going to have are not free and fair elections. Mr. Museveni will do all it takes, using violence, using public funds and resources, using manipulation, including using the Electoral Commission to fig it with the figures to get declared as president. He has done that since he started contesting elections which he organizes. So until we have conditions where genuine, free and fair elections can be held, it's not viable to contest presidential elections. But you can try, however unfair it is, at the local government level and at parliament, as a way of really sensitizing the people on the need for groundbreaking change in the country. The ground is tilted, but you try at that level and engage the masses of the people. So it was a conscious decision. That's why I did not go to pick nomination forms, because I was the only person eligible as president of the party. Under the constitution of the party, it's only the party president who is the flag bearer for the presidential slot.
So you therefore believe the EC was right to disregard Jim Akena's application and intentions to stand for the same?
The EC was answering our protestations. We did write to the EC. I instructed Kate in the same paper to write to the EC. Of course, other people also protested. They accepted our arguments, which are founded in the party, constitution of the party, and in the law, the Political Parties and Organizations Act. Because look, what Jim Akena did was, he held office illegally for 2 terms. Of course, protected by the police, by the EC itself, and generally by, really, you can say by Mr. Museveni, because he was working with Mr. Museveni.
This is from which time to which time?
2015. He took over office illegally. The matter went to court. Justice Nyaz declared that he had not been validly elected.
Yasin Nyaz?
Yes. Akena appealed, but he didn't prosecute his appeal. But only went to Justice Kavuma ex parte and got an interim order to remain in office. So eventually in 2020, the Court of Appeal dismisses his appeal and orders that we do elections. And since I was the one legitimate in office, we organized elections. We had 4 candidates.
You organized the elections?
Yes.
Which he didn't participate in?
Yeah, he didn't participate.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
What he did is he organized a rival election and declared himself elected. So he then held over for another 5 years, up to 1st August this year. So, since he claimed to have done 2 terms, the party constitution is very clear. You can't do a 3rd term. We have term limits.
Yes.
And the court ordered that he can't be.
Okay.
But then, again, contrary to another injunction of the court, purported to hold a virtual delegates conference to amend the party constitution.
To have a 3rd term.
To have a 3rd term. Obviously, the process was wrong. One, he was not the one supposed to call the delegates conference since he was not the president. But 2, the amendment of the party constitution requires special notice.
Yes.
First of all, the proposed amendments must be given to the Secretary General 3 months before the delegates conference.
Okay.
2, the meeting of the delegates conference must be preceded by a 1-month notice by the president of the party to the delegates.
This is in the newspaper. Has it put it in the newspaper? The notice?
No, he gives notice to the delegates.
Communicates to them in some way.
Yeah. Obviously, you can put a copy in the newspaper.
He didn't do that.
Of course, he didn't do that. But then, 2, under the Political Parties and Organizations Act,
Yes.
the party cannot just amend the constitution and implement the amendment. What the party does is, it can propose amendments, but it has then to give notice to the Electoral Commission that these are the amendments we have proposed. The Electoral Commission puts a notice in the Gazette to the public that UPC is proposing to amend its constitution to allow a party president have a 3rd term. The idea is to get any objections
From the general public.
If there is no objection and the commission is satisfied that the amendment is not
accepted,
then it approves the amendment. When it approves the amendment, it then makes another notice in the Gazette to say we have approved this amendment. And it's only upon that approval and the Gazette that the amendment takes effect. So you can't implement any amendment without the EC approving and gazetting the amendment. And if you know, NOP is having that problem. They proposed some amendments, I think some 2 years ago to their constitution. Up to today, EC has not approved and gazetted the amendment. So they are using the old constitution.
Oh, yes.
Okay? So, there was no escape route for Mr. Akena. He has not complied with the constitution of the party in terms of being elected, in terms of amending the party constitution. He has not complied with the Political Parties and Organizations Act. There's no way he could be a president. He can be a president of UPC. There's no way, therefore, he could be a flag bearer.
So for once you would say that EC is right on this
the
matter.
EC is right. It has taken it 10 years to do the right thing.
Yes.
But never less than never.
Yes.
Obviously, it's not the EC really. They could have continued to be in the wrong. There's a political background to this.
Yes.
Because the EC has been sheltering Mr. Akena
For 10 years.
for 10 years. Because Mr. Akena has been a faithful servant of Mr. Museveni.
Was not a threat to Mr. Museveni.
No, not only that, he was not a threat. He was working with Mr. Museveni.
Yes.
They had an arrangement. Keep the party, just I give you a few slots in Lango. But don't really build the party. Help me to suffocate the legitimate leadership of the party. So that when Peter will cause a delegates conference, Akena is the one who go to the police to stop us, and then they give him the police. That was his arrangement with Mr. Museveni. Now, when pressure mounted on him, even in Lango, to say, but you claim to be the president, why don't you contest for presidency? Unless you are working with Museveni. So he tried now to have his cake and eat it. So he now threatens to stand as the president. And Mr. Museveni says, but we have an arrangement. What is this? So now that Mr. Museveni was no longer now backing him, the EC could assert its independence.
It had to do the right thing now,
yes,
without fear.
Because now there was no telephone call from Mr. Museveni. That is how we were able to pull this off. Okay?
Yes. So that shows now Akena now is more genuine as an opposition.
Not that is genuine, is conflicted. He's conflicted. He wants to try to be genuine, but he wants to work with Museveni.
Because there is pressure from the congressmen in Lango.
And in the country.
In the country, yes.
So he gets conflicted. And thank God the EC then rightly finds fault with his maneuvers.
In other words, this is what they should have done from as early as 2015.
Yes. But it was not in Mr. Museveni's interest to allow the party to organize.
Council, why do you think Jimmy thought this time round he would still get away with it?
He thought he would still negotiate.
Being so sophisticated.
He still thought that he would still negotiate with Mr. Museveni and say, just allow me to pretend to be contesting against you, but really I'm not contesting, but let me appear a little credible in the eyes of UPC. But you know, Mr. Museveni fears elections.
He can't take a chances.
He cannot take a chance. He knows he has the army, he knows he has public resources, but he'll do everything because he fears elections. He knows he can rig, but still he leaves no room. Because Akena was threatening him that, oh, I could mobilize 1 million votes in Langa and in the north and deny you 50%. Not that he would achieve it, but
that possibility
alone frightened Mr. Museveni. And he now let the Electoral Commission deal with the Akena in accordance with the law.
So, Council, if you were in Akena's shoes as of now, what would you do next? Would you call a meeting and apologize to having been holding yourself out for more than 10 years? What would you do now to save face, whatever remains of that face?
I think Akena should reclaim his soul. If I were him, I would cut ties with Mr. Museveni. Go back to my party and work with the legitimate leadership and reorganize the party. And because he's tried to serve with no visible result, let him eat humble pie. You know, to his credit, we've had meetings with him. Finally, yes.
Even in this acrimony you've been talking.
Yeah, we had some talk.
Yes.
I think the time to talk properly is now. Now that this other scheme of his has collapsed,
yes,
I think the party has room for him. Certainly for me, I have nothing personal against him. I know many other congressmen and women have nothing personal. I mean, we've discussed, as a party, we had the rivalry with the DP for...
more acrimonious rivalry.
Yes, but a time came when DP supported Mr. Museveni to go to the bush.
Yes.
But when they realized their folly, as early as the days of the Constituent Assembly, we started working with DP. We have dialogue with the FDC and those who came out of FDC, all these people were with Mr. Museveni.
At some point.
At some point, they actively took up guns and killed the UPC leaders in Ruero and the Ugandans. But this country belongs to all of us. We've been talking to all these people. Now, sure, Akena, who has not killed any single UPC or Ugandan, but has simply fallen below the expected standard of a UPC leader, can't be the worst person to deal with. There's room. There's room. And we're ready to engage with everybody.
Have you heard from him since this thing happened of the EC?
No, I've not. He'll need to calm down. I am told he has run to court, but he has disobeyed court orders from 2015. He should be the last person to try and get some relief from court.
He has
He
no
doesn't.
authority to go to court. What
So,
do you say?
well, he has no moral authority, but of course it's his right, legally. But I think the courts should know that they are dealing with a person who disrespects their decisions. And I think we'll be drawing that to their attention if we get involved in his matters. I think he should leave the court and we engage with him and all other people in the party, and we rebuild our party. You see, this is the only party that has the focus and the ability to rescue this country.
Now, how costly would you say his actions have been in the last 10 years to the party?
Oh, his actions have denied us opportunity to organize the party. Because we've spent 10 years in court, we've spent 10 years battling police, we've spent 10 years fighting. Instead of fighting Mr. Museveni day and night, part of the time has been to fight each other. And that has demoralized many members. Okay? So it has been an unfortunate episode in the history of the party. We hope it can end. But like I told the commission on last Sunday, this party has
The Electoral
survived.
Commission?
Yes.
Oh, you were in that meeting?
Yeah, I was in that meeting. I was in that meeting. But
With
for me,
him?
I didn't stay long because they invited me at night. So I had
The
other
previous night.
programs. But I addressed the commission, and one of my parting shot was that whatever their decision, they should know that UPC is resilient. We survived the 8 years of Amin's brutal dictatorship. This party has survived 40 years of NRA. You see, Mr. Museveni went to the bush. His intention was to kill UPC. But UPC is alive. And UPC will remain alive. Because it stands for ideals that are enduring. Okay? So, in spite of what has befallen the party with the participation of Mr. Akena, this party will be rebuilt. And we need him to be part of that.
He can
effort.
play a role still.
He can play a role. He can
It's
play
not
a
too
role.
late.
Like I said, he took the wrong decisions. He tried to work with Mr. Museveni. He's beginning to realize that perhaps it was the wrong thing to do. He can be rehabilitated. We've we've had people who have gone off the radar and come back. Okay? And, you know, in 1980, Nekion joined DP.
Yes, yes.
He was the one actually who started the rumor that DP had won the election. It was Nekion. He worked as a minister with Mr. Museveni.
Yes,
I think he was the Minister of Health. He later fell out. Nekion came back to the party. When the president set up the National Organizing Committee, which I headed,
President Obote.
Yes, between the... When I talk about president, I mean Obote. These other people are pretenders. When he set up the National Organizing Committee, which I headed, to go and revive the party throughout the country.
In the mid-2000s.
That was from 2000 to 2005. Nekion was one of my members. Okay?
And he did some good work?
No, it was very, very, very effective. He brought resources, he was available. He was much, much older than me, but he gave me respect. One of my other members was Kelo. We worked with all manner of people. So the party has capacity to get back its own.
Yes.
Okay?
And then Nechoni is his uncle, his relative.
Yes. So I gave you that example.
Yes.
The man left actively, fought against the party. He came back.
Caused more destruction than Jimmy to the party.
Yeah, because that rumor that Mwanga, nobody knows that. So because Nekion went to City Square and said we have won, he started reading the results of Karamoja when there was even no communication from Karamoja because the telephones were down and so on. People had to drive with the results from Karamoja and the West Nile and so on. But so that's how Mwanga issued a decree that nobody should announce elections. And when he did so, the other thing which you people have never reported is that Obote was incensed. He said, they are going to accuse us of rigging. What have you done? He actually drove to Mwanga's residence and said, stop this nonsense. Let the commission announce its results. So Mwanga actually issued a notice that same day cancelling.
His earlier directive.
His earlier directive. No, nobody ever mentions it. Yes.
But Nechoni was not arrested for his recklessness. Was he arrested?
He wasn't arrested. But
which shows the Obote was tolerant. Can you imagine today if somebody announced
eventually, of course, at some point he went to exile and so on. But he came back. And
yeah.
So, but the point I was making is that my young brother Akena should come down, should soul search, and come and we work for the party which his father worked for tirelessly. You know? He must have been turning in his grave to see his son doing all sorts of things. So this is the time for him to calm down.
But the family seems to have been unanimous in backing him in whatever he has been doing in the last 10 years. Is there any dissent in the family?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think this other brother of his,
Eddie and Maitun.
Eddie was not with him. Even this other one,
Akachi, Tony.
Akaki was not with him. The rest, you see, you don't want to denounce a family member. The rest were quietly not happy with his actions, but it wouldn't be good to go out there and
contradict
demonize your family member.
Now, sir, looking at the cost of his actions, the inability for the genuine party leadership to access the headquarters, how costly has that been? How crippling and constraining?
I think our biggest problem has been inability for us to convene form organs of the party. We tried 3 times, actually from the days of Joe Bossa, to convene National Council. They would stop us. Yeah, we...
Even if you didn't use Uganda House as a venue, you would still intervene.
We tried a meeting in Mukono. They stopped it.
With the police?
With police. We tried another meeting at Bat Valley. They stopped it. Actually, on that occasion, I was arrested with Ishoto. I spent a weekend in...
CPS?
No, this... where was this Wembley place? Chireka. I was detained in Chireka on a Friday, Saturday. I was released the Sunday evening.
What was the charge?
That we had organized the people to come to Kampala and harm Akena. They never took us to court formally.
Yes.
But so Akena linked up with the IGP Kaihura. Kaihura ordered the late Kawesa. They arrested me and Ishoto, the Secretary General.
Was that your first time to be arrested, sir?
I think that was the first time.
And the last?
No, I can't say it's the last, my friend.
But since that time?
So, in fact, I have sued the government. We've sued the government for that wrongful arrest. The matter is now pending judgment. Yes. So, we couldn't organize.
Yes.
You try, the police will come. So, and without regular party meetings, you know, the people, party members get demoralized. So that has been the biggest cost. But from my experience as leader of NOB, we know that under Mr. Museveni, you don't organize in the formal way.
Yeah.
You organize informally, you hold smaller meetings, you use all manner of occasions to reach the people, which we've been trying to do. But, of course, it has its own setbacks. Because whatever you do in those meetings are not formalized in the resolutions of formal meetings. And of course the image in the public has been a party which is disorganized, which is fighting, and that helped Mr. Museveni to continue to demonize us.